Hello and welcome to News Now, reaching you live from my studio in Lagos, Nigeria. I am Margaret Opara, and here are some stories we're tracking at this hour. The chairman of the Independent National Electoral Commission, Professor Mahmood Yakubu, says insecurity may hamper elections in the northwest and the southeast states. Yakubu said the insecurity in the country was concerning, noting the security challenges was hitherto restricted to the northeast region and now has spread to other parts of the country. For over 2 decades, Nigeria has battled the Boko Haram insurgency in the northeast, but it has evolved into banditry in the northwest and killings in the southeast, allegedly perpetrated by Eastern Security Network, the militant arm of the outlawed indigenous people of Biafra. According to Inec, over 41 attacks have been carried out against its offices across 14 states since the 2019 general elections, with the southeast recording 13 attacks. The attacks, which started in Abia on May 9, 2021, spread to Enugu and Ebonyi with 3 incidents each, Imo with 2 attacks, and Anambra and Abia with 1 each, and in Bayelsa and Akwa Ibom states. In all, the electoral body recorded 9 attacks in 2019, 21 attacks in 2020, and over 12 as of May 2021. It also lost 9,831 smart card readers, 345 ballot boxes, and 135 voting cubicles, among other assets. Speaking in Washington, D.C. on Tuesday, the INEC chairman, however, said he has received assurances from the service chiefs that they would secure the voting environment during the 2023 polls. Now, the federal government has once again assured that it has no plans to sell or privatize the operations of the transmission company of Nigeria. This was disclosed in a statement by the Minister of Power, Abubakar Aliyu, in Abuja on Wednesday. He noted that transmission is the vital segment of the electricity value chain that constantly needs significant investment. The minister stated that the CCN is at the heart of the federal government's plans to boost Nigeria's power sector, noting that there are no plans to sell the company. He added that the federal government is working to make the CCN operations more efficient. And more stories, the Lagos State government has announced the launch of a 30-year development plan for Nigeria's commercial capital, which is to be implemented between 2022 and 2052. This was disclosed by the State Governor Babajide SANWO-OLU on Wednesday at the Ehigweti Lagos Economic Summit on Victoria Island. The governor noted that the plan would be instrumental to making Lagos Africa's model megacity. He also announced the launch of the Lagos State Wealth Fund (LSWF) bill. SANWO-OLU also noted that the Lagos State Wealth Fund bill and the Lagos State Civil bill will be sent to the House of Assembly to be passed into law. The Oyo State government, through its primary health care board, has disclosed plans to embark on an integrated measles campaign for children between 9 months to 5 years. The Executive Secretary, State Primary Health Care Board, Dr. Muideen would disclose this at a media party in Ibadan, noted that the vaccination exercise, which would cut across all 33 local government areas in the state, would commence from the 20th October 2022. Executive Secretary Dr. Muideen, who was represented by the Director of Public Health on the board, Dr. Johnson Osoko, explained that the exercise would rather integrate other vaccines apart from measles, like polio, vitamin A supplements, among others.
Immunization is one of those essential healthcare services, particularly when it is community-based mass intervention like this integrated measles campaign that we are planning to do. So because we are so glad to have you here, believing that in your professional work, you will help the whole populace of Oyo State to benefit immensely from this good gesture of the government, making sure our children are given adequate protection from preventable killer diseases.
Let all parents rest assured that they are not taking any risk in giving their children this vaccination. It is what they have taken before. We are just boosting their immunity
we are all going to go out together, and we are for 6 days. There will be mop up, 2 days mop up. We are starting on the 20th. And we have 2 streams in Oyo State. Because Oyo State is big, we have 33 local government, and we feel we won't be able to, we cannot monitor all at the same time.
A bill seeking for an act to mandate schools to provide adequate special needs education to students with learning disabilities has passed second reading in the House of Representatives. The proposed legislation, sponsored by Honorable W.H.O, seeks to ensure that children with various forms of disabilities don't suffer some form of discrimination and deprivation in schools. In its led debate, Jidoka said the bill specifically seeks to mandate schools and institutions to make provision for special needs children, training and any other services for students with disabilities. He lamented that some special needs schools that cater for those children are either too expensive or too specialized to accommodate all forms of disabilities, thus excluding a good percentage of persons with disabilities from formal education. According to Jidoka, when the bill becomes law, it will no doubt expand the scope and reach the universal basic education as envisaged by the Millennium Development Goal, and ultimately harvest a teeming talent population of Nigerians excluded just on account of their disabilities. Now, as part of his efforts to the educational development of his constituents in Ibadan Southeast, South Northeast Federal Constituency, and indeed Oyo State at large, the founder and chief executive officer of the Dakar Foundation, Dr. Adeshino Kazim, has distributed educational materials such as big notes and writing materials to parents for onward transmission to their wards. Speaking during the presentation of the materials, the lawmaker emphasized that education remains a veritable tool for children of the poor to break the cycle of poverty.
Just to distribute some education materials to our people in secondary and primary school. This just to complement the efforts of our state governor, Seyi Makinde. Of things, demand at the aim of affairs in Oyo State, His Excellency Governor Seyi Makinde is doing his best as far as education is concerned in this state. But lack of fund, shortage of certain things makes some people certain things difficult for him to back up. But he's doing his best.
Now, the Nigerian Security and Civil Defense Corps NSCDC IBOM Command says it arrested 2 persons and recovered 130 drums of suspected automotive gas oil in Eket local government area of the state. Now, this is contained in a statement issued on Thursday in Uyo by Mr. Friday Ekerete, the command's public relations officer. Ekerete said that the arrest and recovery were made when operatives of the anti-vandal squad led by Mr. Edem Sunday raided a site in Ikot Udoma on October 11. He added that 74 bags of DBK, otherwise called kerosene, stored in 50-liter cellophane bags were also recovered. While other suspects are still at large, the Ekerete said those apprehended have volunteered youthful statements to help with investigations and in apprehending the suspects. We'll go on a commercial break now. African News is after the break.